Hey, listen, man. This is a don't be like me video. You know, what I mean, I think this is important. I wasn't going to say anything, man, but I think this is important, man. So, a really good friend of mine, passed away 2 nights ago, and like I really didn't see it coming. You know, we were like super close in the '90s, while college. You know, life getting away. There was some distance between us, but she was still, braid my wife hair, do my wife hair from time to time, some years, but it's been a few years, but I haven't really been as close as we were. Every time I saw her, it was all love or whatnot. Um, so like when not the last time I talked to her, but a couple of times before that, I'm looking for, her daughter is into photography. So I'm like, all right, but I'm gonna give her daughter a shot at shooting my houses. And don't need to keep, paying strangers to shoot my houses when my homegirl daughter is a photographer. When I call, ask what's up, she said everything was all good. So I'm like, bet, think nothing of it. But, so I asked her, get in contact with her daughter and shoot them houses. Never heard from her, shoot the houses. Right. Call back at my next house, I need to have shot. And like, what's up? She's like, same thing. Like, you cool? Like, yeah, I'm cool. All right. But as I'm talking to her, her answers are like real short. I'm thinking that she think I'm hounding her to get her daughter, shoot these houses. So I'm like real short answers, just like one word answers, just like disengaged. So I'm like fucking like she acting funny style, like whatever, like I'm not even gonna call back again. She call me, she don't. As far as talking to her daughter, to shoot. A couple months go by, come to find out, that she's ill, right? She's got like, a life-threatening disease. And all I'm thinking about is like, damn, like she had way other things to think about than me just getting my house a shot, or whatever else. Like she's like a life-threatening illness, and she thinking about that. But she never told me though. She still never told me, that what was going on with her. When I talked to her, she's like she was cool, and then so when I found out she got this like life-threatening illness, I took me a minute to call her. When I found out, I did, send the cash app or whatever. But it took me a minute to actually call and talk to her because I didn't want to, honestly. I didn't want to, like, I don't know what to say in that conversation. I didn't want to go visit. So it took me like a couple of weeks to finally get over myself and be like, yo, let me go, holler at her, right? So I gave her a call. The conversation was, saying, I heard that she was weak. Like, all right, bet. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna check you out, but I can call first. Like a very last conversation, she called me an asshole. We laugh. That's the comment, coming thread. Like one of my friends know, how I am, how I could get, things that I do in Orthodox. So it was all good. Like, all right, bet. I'm gonna come see you. The week I was supposed to go see her, like which was last week. My son got a cold. I got a cold. So I'm like, I'm definitely not gonna go over there if I got a cold or coughing, and like, all right, so I'm gonna give it some time, I'm gonna heal up, and then I'm gonna shoot over there. Then found out 2 nights ago that she passed away, and I never had an opportunity to go and talk to her, like one more time. And I feel terrible that I was being selfish with my time, and not really appreciating time in general, like really taking time for granted. I'm thinking like, all right, even though I know she got an illness, I'm like, maybe she's not straight, maybe she will be later, maybe she come through, maybe, maybe I didn't understand how grave it was. But like that time, man, at that time, you just can't take time for granted. Like you really gotta, you can't take people for granted. If you're folk, if people that you care about, you say you love them, if they acting funny, maybe you should probably ask why. And I didn't probe deeper into that. I'm sitting here assuming that she acting funny. Maybe she busy, telling me calling, like whatever it is, and not really thinking that she had other things that were more important than me. At the moment, I was the center of the universe, and even though I'm thinking like, all right, I'm being a friend, I'm trying to help put your daughter in a position, to expand her career. I was still putting, my needs ahead of her and her needs. Like she in those phone calls, how she was feeling, she could have easily just not take my phone call, but she still took the phone call, even though she had what she was going on, to hear what I had to say. And maybe at the moment she needed a friend, or more than she needed a friend for comfort and compassion, more than a friend that's trying to help out with her daughter financially. So I feel awful about it. It is what it is. But it's just highlight your folk, man. Don't take it for granted.